Yo, people, another episode of Top 6 O. And where a way to start? Let's start with Liverpool. Liverpool FC. So FSG with Glazers who were ready to sell the club. Now FSG have came out and have said that they don't want to sell Liverpool. That's a massive news, man. Let me share you this. Liverpool. Liverpool first. Because for me, I think they were the winner of this week. They played well, man. They are now again back for the top four race. Let me share with you. This is from this article is from Sport Bible. Let me share now. Liverpool owner John W. Henry has finally broken his silence on Fenway Sport Group's stance on selling the club. In November last year, it was reported FSC, who bought Liverpool in 2010 for 300 million, had put the club up for sale and produced a full sale presentation for interested parties. Furthermore, American banks Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley have been retained to assist with the process. In response, FSC released a statement confirming they would consider new shareholder provided it was in the best interest of Liverpool as a club, though the American insisted they remain fully committed to the Reds. The subsequent months saw speculation linking European consortium, American venture capitalist, and oil-rich Middle Eastern state to a takeover of a Merseyside club. However, the Athletic has reported that in the 3 months since exploring the prospect of a sale, FSC have received no firm bids and not much buzz. In turn, the publication deemed minority investment as a far more likely on. Liverpool not for sale. So Liverpool fans are now crying. The article is out. It is official now. Now let's start with Liverpool then. What a game this was for Liverpool FC, man. This was. Let's start with Liverpool. Mm. So Liverpool are the only team who have defeated Newcastle United home and away this season. And I think in the home game they were lucky to get 3 points because of that VAR decision, but away from home I thought they were clearly the better side, and a Nick Pope red card in 22nd minute changed the whole scenario of the game. But Liverpool already have scored 2 goals by then, so it was an easy win. Liverpool could have scored more, but Newcastle, after being a man down, played really well, especially Saint Maximum just before a cup final. I thought he was everywhere. I think he's now coming back to his old form. And Newcastle did have a four chance, four shot. That's it. The game properly dominated by Liverpool. So now currently Liverpool are sitting at eighth. But the one thing that I have to say is Liverpool still have 2 games in hand over Tottenham Hotspur, who are currently fourth. Newcastle, after losing to Liverpool, are fifth. Tottenham have defeated West Ham at home. Tottenham have played 24 games and have 42 points, whereas Liverpool have played 22 games and have 35 points, and Liverpool have 2 games in hand. If they win both their games in hand, They would be just a point behind Tottenham, and they have a better goal difference. By then, I think if they win both their games in hand, I think they will have a better goal difference with just 1 point behind Tottenham. I think they have a solid chance. I think they do have a solid chance of making top four this season ahead of Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle United. Liverpool, I think, have a solid chance. I've said this maybe 3 4 weeks ago, man. Liverpool are still there. I remember that COVID season, a whole season where no fans were allowed to enter the stadium. Liverpool were on a similar position. From there to the end of the season, they went for in a mad run and just finished third somehow. So I think they have the experience. They know how to make top four. So I think with the player they have all their experienced player with Jota, Diaz coming back, and now Gakpo, Nunes scoring goals. And I think Liverpool will be favorite for me to make top four ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur still have a lot of problem, man. Tottenham Hotspur are without Bentancur, and their defense looks solid because they are playing back three, but their midfield is the biggest concern. Harry Kane. If Harry Kane and Son scores goals from here to the end of the season, then I think they can make top four. Then they can compete with Liverpool for the top four spot. But right now, both the big guys are not scoring goals. I think that's a big concern, and they have just scored 44 goals in 24 games. That's a 1 point something goals per game. That's a big concern for Tottenham. Whereas Liverpool have scored 38 goals in 22 games. So both the teams they are I think struggling because their forward lines. I think even the midfield are not creating that many chances for their forward lines, and that's why we can see the number of goals they have conceded this season. Liverpool still have conceded minimum goals, whereas Tottenham have scored more goals than Liverpool. I think Liverpool have a better chance with Gakpo now. 2 goals for Gakpo in 2 games. Now I think Gakpo is finding his feet in Premier League. That's a positive sign for Liverpool FC. And with Chelsea again dropping down and down and down, I think Liverpool are favourite for me. And Newcastle now just falling off right now. They are falling off the cliff, man. I think Newcastle, Fulham, and Brighton will be fighting for 6th, 7th position. Maybe one will. These three teams will be fighting for one spot of that Europa League and for Conference League. Maybe 4 teams, even Brentford have a chance. Brentford, Fulham, Brighton, and Newcastle will be fighting for that one European spot position, one Europa League and one Conference League position. I think Liverpool will make top four. Tottenham will be fifth, and I think from there 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th are up for grab. Tottenham, I think in the last 2 games, I think last game they conceded 4 goals away from home at Leicester. And now this week they played well, but West Ham went with I think 7. They went with 7 defenders against Tottenham Hotspur, who don't score that much goals. I think West Ham just gifted them 3 points, and it was way too easy for Tottenham Hotspur. So I still think it's Liverpool, man. It's Liverpool who are going to make top top four. Let's talk about United. Let's talk about that result, Manchester United. And one thing about Liverpool, this is the main thing. They have a midweek game against Real Madrid. If they lose against Real Madrid and if they are out of Champions League, I think I will make them favorite to make top four. And if it's a big if there is a chance that if Liverpool knock Real Madrid out of the Champions League, boy, Liverpool are favorite to win the Champions League. No one can talk to me about that. Liverpool have second highest Champions League, I think, apart from Real Madrid. So if Liverpool knock out Mm, Real Madrid, I think they are back for they are favorite to win the Champions League, and I think then Jurgen Klopp will put his all eggs in one basket in Champions League and will try to win a Champions League, and then he automatically qualifies for that European spot for the Champions League spot next season. So this the 2 weeks, the two Champions League tie home and away will tell us everything about Liverpool FC, where they are going, whether they are winning a trophy this season or not, what are they going to do. Everything will be clear by maybe by this week or by next week, 2 week by next 2 weeks. Now let's switch to Man United. We will talk about Man City. Let's talk about Man United. Man United 3, Leicester City nil. I think let's talk about the game first. Leicester City started well in the first half. They were the better side. I think what I saw in that game was Garnacho started ahead of Sancho. Sancho, who started in the midweek clash against FC Barcelona in Europa League, and he was on the bench. Sancho and Garnacho started, and Garnacho, whenever he start, I'm still not sure that he is yet fully ready to start Premier League game for Man United right now. Maybe next season when he develops more. I think it's not about his physical aspect. So what I saw in that game was the tactical side. I think he never came back. He did not came back to help Luke Shaw in that left hand side. There was more space for Leicester in that first half. They were enjoying through the channel, man, and they were creating overloads. They were creating chances for fun in the first half, and even the players and the manager were on Garnacho. Garnacho is not tactically fully. You can't trust him tactically right now. He's still a kid, so I think it's better for Ten Hag to not. If players are now coming back with now Casemiro coming back, with all the players coming back, if Martial, even Anthony is back, I think Garnacho will be on the bench. It's better for him to come off the bench and have a better impact than starting a game and having no impact, because the fan will be on him from minute one. So right now, I think Garnacho ain't ready tactically and physically both wise. That will be best for his development, man. He has a bright future ahead of him. But right now, I think he's not ready to start game. First half, it was all Leicester. We had just one chance, boom, we scored a goal. And to be fair, man, we were lucky that Sabitzer was still on the pitch. He should be off, but the ref, they looked at it in the VAR, but I don't know, man, why they even don't book him for that challenge. He should be off for me. The stats: 19 shots for Leicester, 3 on target, 26 for United, 8 on target. So the first half was all Leicester. I was really fearful of this game, as I was feared to face Leicester right now. In the last two games, they scored eight goals, and they have just conceded 3 goals in the last two games. But I was literally worried, man, just for this game. The first half, the way it started, there were many chances, and again De Gea with two big saves, man. If that 2 goals goes in, it's good night Vienna. We are not coming back. This is not a Leeds, man. This is Leicester City, and it could be really hard for us to at least get something out of that game. But thank God, De Gea turned up, and he just saved us, man. That was 2 world class save from David De Gea. Take nothing from him. I don't like him, but I have to give him massive credit for that, both the big saves, man. And a big goal. That was a brilliant ball. And let's talk about the first goal. Savitzer won a ball in the midfield and he passed it to Bruno. Bruno had a time, Bruno had a space, and Bruno just find Marcus Rashford. Rashford again with the space, and he's gone. I thought when he was through on goal, I thought at the time, nah, he's not going to score from there. But I don't know how he managed to score right now. He is in different hot form, and he's in different level in terms of his finishing. He's scoring from every chances he has right now, scoring from everything. He's scoring from his head, left foot, right foot, everything is now going for him. In the second half, then Ten Hag again rectifies his mistake. He take off Garnacho and brings on Jadon Sancho. In the first half, Weghorst was playing as a 10, Rashford up front, Garnacho on the left and Bruno on the right. And after he take off Garnacho, it was Sancho on the 10, Vegas up front, Rashford on the left, and Bruno on the right. And the second half, we just tear them apart, man. We just blew them. The second half, we just dominated them. They had nothing in the second half. And two, again, Fred this time with a great ball scored a brilliant goal. And then Jadon Sancho, that goal, the Sancho scored everything from the everything. The passing was brilliant, man. The way we started that that attack, the way Rashford finds Sancho, then Sancho finds Bruno, then Bruno again finds Jadon Sancho. One touch football at his peak. That was good to watch. Great football from United. United had a 26 shot, 8 on target, just 8 shot on target, and we scored 3. We could have scored more. Well, Vegas could have scored 2 goals. Apart from goals, I think it was good for us tactically, especially. He did. He was really good on the press, and he was doing all the dirty works off the ball walks. One thing I've noticed about United right now in the last 2 3 months after coming back from World Cup, I think everyone, when we don't have the ball, everyone is now working hard for each other. If it's sometimes it's Bruno putting extra shift, sometimes it's Vegas. Everyone off the ball. Now we can see that off the ball we are really difficult to beat, and I think we are. No one can match us right now defensively. The way we work off the ball, it's brilliant, man. So massive 3 points for us, cause they have dropped the point. City just dropped the point, and this was a massive 3 points. So after beating Leicester City, I think that would now again give us some momentum. Now with that massive win, we are third. We are just 3 points behind Man City, who are currently second. And Arsenal again went back to the top where they actually belong. And Arsenal have a game in hand. So Arsenal are currently 5 points ahead of Man United with a game in hand. If they win their game in hand, I think they would be 8 points clear of us. I think if they win that game in hand, I think it's done. The title is done. I think the title race will be between is either going to Man City or it's either going to Arsenal. I think United will be out if they win that game in hand. But if they lose their game in hand, then I think United are in title race. If the gap is of just 5 points, then I think United are in a title race. But that game in hand for Arsenal really matters for everyone. For even for Man United, that game in hand will tell everything. If Arsenal lose their point there, if they even drew, even if they lose, then I think City will have a better chance. And United, I think, for me, I think then United could finish second. I think I will give United just 4% chance to win the league this season. That's it. City have dropped points. City has so many chances, man. Haaland miss a sitter. Haaland miss on. They created chances for fun, man. They created so many chances away from home at Forest. Look at this stat. I've watched that whole game, man. They had so many chances, and Haaland again. Haaland. It was sometime Haaland, sometime Gundogan, sometime Foden. They missed so many chances, man. Look at this game. They dominated the whole game. Forest just had one shot on target, one goal. That's it. The first half, I thought Forest were the way Forest were playing. I thought Forest did not came here to play. It was just for a normal match. They just want to participate. They were not here interested to win this game or draw this game. But somehow they managed to get 1 point, and they drop a massive 2 points. So now that's why Arsenal are again top of the league. So many chances missed. I think this season Man City are different, man. This Man City side this season are bottlers. They are just bottlers. They could not handle pressure at all. It was Arsenal who started the week. This week Premier League they won at Villa by 4 goals to 2. I think that put the pressure on Man City to win this game, and they just bottled it. They absolutely bottled it. This was a massive week. and that's why I think they could not handle the pressure this time around. And I think now Arsenal again top of the league. Villa, I think Villa should be happy. I think I thought this game could be a draw, but again Jorginho. I want to. This game was all about Emi Martinez playing against his former side, man. Martinez, man. This guy, I've watched maybe 2 3 games of Aston Villa. They Martinez just gave it away in the second half, especially first half. I think they compete. They try to compete with Arsenal, and they get the better. They get the better out of that Arsenal side. Aston Villa in the second half, the mentality, Arsenal mentality this season is different, man. Since they signed Zinchenko, I think is helping them in terms of mentality and everything. But tactically, I think Arteta nowadays, right now, in the last 3 4 games, have been outdone by many managers, especially even in this game. If that was not a two mistake by Emi Martinez, I think that last goal, that Jorginho goal, especially if Martinez catch that ball, if this Martinez somehow grab that ball, I think Villa could have got a draw out of that game. But Martinez, man, I think he might right now in his head. I think he has done everything. He has achieved everything in his career. He has won a World Cup for himself, his country, and Messi, and I think he's done. I think he could even retire right now. The way he was playing in this couple of weeks, I've seen him played in the last couple of weeks. I think he's thinking about retirement than playing for his club. That was shocking from him, man. Really shocking. Villa at least deserve a point there. But credit to Arsenal. I think they, even when they were 2-0, 2-1 down, first Villa scored, then they again came back 1-1. Then it was again Villa scored, then it was 2-1. Then again Arsenal came back, make it 2-2, then 3-2, then 4-2. I think the Arsenal mentality this season is different. Forget now from here to the end of the season, it's not about how well you play, how you are going to dominate this game. It's not about all those things. It's about mentality, man. It's about mentally how have you prepared. It's all about mental thing from here to the end of the season. It's all about 3 points. Forget about playing good football, one touch pass, tactical master. Forget about all of those stuff. You have done all of those things in the first half of the season. Now it's all about getting 3 points, and now going to the next game again, and I think then again winning the game, taking 3 points. I think right now when Arsenal again, they are also in Europa League. When Arsenal play in Europe, then till then I think Arteta will just say to his players that forget about Europa League. You have done the same thing with FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Let's just focus on Premier League this season because we have the best chance of winning Premier League this season. We will not get the same chance again next season. There will be all those teams, Chelsea, Liverpool, United, Tottenham, again they will come back stronger. So this is our moment. Let's go and win this league this time. We will not get any better chance in next 2 3 years. So I think Arsenal might sacrifice Europa League this season. So I think that's good for them, man. I think he has done the same with FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Again, Saka, that goal from Saka, oh my lord, that first goal from Saka was what a goal, man. What a goal that was from Saka. What a goal that was from Bakayo Saka. Now let's talk about the teams. I think United have a tough game, man. Now the midweek they have Barcelona. Sunday they have a Carabao Cup final. Then midweek they have a FA Cup tie against whom they are facing. Oh, West Ham at home. Another home game for United in FA Cup. Then Saturday I think they will face Liverpool. So that's a massive game. That will tell us everything about United mentally, physically. Yeah, this game next Sunday, not this Sunday. This Sunday is the final against Newcastle. The next Sunday when they face Liverpool away from home. If United get a draw from that game, or if United can get 3 points from that game, I think United will have a more chance. Then I think right now I am giving United just 4% chance of winning the league. But if United get something, 1 point, even a point, even 3 points, then I think from 4% to then I will put United to 20% chance of winning the league. That is a massive game because you have to remember, man, because Arsenal still have to go to Anfield and Liverpool will still have to face Man City at away from home. There are some games where both the side might drop points. So United, if you look at the fixture list, have a easy fixture than Man City. The only two tough game for me is one is Liverpool away. I'm talking about paper, man, and Newcastle away. I'm not worried about Tottenham and Tottenham. I think in the last 2 3 years, United have done well. Newcastle away and Liverpool away. That is two big game for United, especially Liverpool. Because if United get something from that game, then I think United have. I will give United at least 20% chance of winning the league. This is a massive weekend because against Barcelona, I think I watched Barcelona's game, man. Even last night, I did my watch along in that Barcelona game. Barcelona don't look that great, especially Lewandowski. I think he was off the ball work. Lewandowski, I thought he was poor. Even Frankie De Jong was poor. I think Fernan Torres, watch out for him. I'm telling you right now, watch out for Fernan Torres. It's not going to be easy. If Luxo start, even Malasia start. If Fernan Torres start, boy, I'm telling you right now, if Fernan Torres start and the chances he will create for Lewandowski, if Lewandowski decide to take his chances, it's good night Vienna for United. If that in that day Lewandowski decide that he is going to take his chances, he is going to score goals, then I think Fernan Torres, he was brilliant last night. He was brilliant, especially on that right hand side. If Rafinha start, I think we will deal with him. But if Fernan Torres start, it's good night Vienna. Watch out for Fernan Torres. I'm telling you right now. I watched their game last night. I think defensively they were all over the place. I don't know how Cardi's goal was ruled out. That was never a foul, and they hit the post maybe twice or thrice. But offensively, I think they could create chance. I think the biggest if Sergio Busquets is back, I think then they have a decent chance because they will have De Jong, Busquets, and Frankese. No Gavi because he is suspended. No Pedri because he is injured. So let's see, man. We will talk about that in a special match preview. And then Brentford game is postponed for United this Sunday because of EFL Cup final. United have a EFL Cup final on Sunday. Let's look about. I want to just look about some. I've looked about Tottenham fixture, man. Tottenham, I think Tottenham will be out of. Tottenham still have a chance, but I think the way Tottenham Conte plays in Europe, I don't think they will go through to the next level, next round. I think they should be out. Now Tottenham have Chelsea. Oh, that's a big game, Chelsea. I'm not talking about Chelsea, man. Chelsea, that is. I will talk about Chelsea, but that should be a different segment because I want to finish about all this. Then we will talk about Chelsea. Tottenham Chelsea. That's a big game, man. If if Chelsea decide to turn up, if Chelsea Football Club decide, if the Chelsea players decide to play for their fans only, forget about manager. They are not playing for the manager right now. If they play for the fans, and if they get 3 points, then let's tap the top four, man. Liverpool, I'm sure it's either Man City or Arsenal, then Man United third, then it's Liverpool. It's good night Vienna for Tottenham Hotspur. So Tottenham have a history of bottling the game, so we can never say never. Then they have Wolves away. That's a tough game, another tough game for Tottenham. Tottenham away from home. Then they have a home game against Forest. Forest right now are doing pretty well in the Premier Leagues after signing 200 players in both summer and January market. Then Southampton without manager away from home. Again, this could be another big game for Tottenham. Tottenham may drop point here in Southampton game, in the Southampton away game. Then they have Everton away. Another game. Back. Boy, oh boy, they have three tough game, man. Tottenham have three tough game. Two away from home, then home. Boy, these three games are massive for Tottenham. Oh my lord. Then they have Bournemouth. I think they should easily beat Bournemouth. But away from home, they won by 4-3 or 3-2, something like that. So Bournemouth might give them a good game. On April 15th, then they have another tough game on April. April is a big month for Tottenham, man. Nah, 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 nah. So in from April 22, in April they are going from April 22nd to April 29th. They have three big games against three clubs. They are fighting for that spot, for that fourth spot. First they have away game against Newcastle, then they have home game against Man United, then they have Liverpool away. Nah, man, this is a massive. Forget about March, man. March. Forget about March. March they have two. I think I have to say they have three tough game. Not on paper, but the way right now all the way teams are playing. Although some of the teams are Everton and Southampton, both the even Nottingham Forest, three side are fighting for survival. And then in April, from April 22nd, they are fighting for against Newcastle, who are fighting for top four, against Man United, who might be from in April 26th, they might be comfortably in top four, but they will be fighting with United away at home. Then they'll sure against Liverpool away. Liverpool will be surely fighting for the top four spot. Boy, it's a difficult month. Lot of mercy. Then they have Palace at home, then Villa away. Villa away, Mr. Good Evening. Yes, look. Nah, this another big game. Nah. And Leeds on last day. Leeds again. Nah, man, Tottenham are not making top four. Sorry, man. I am sorry to say Tottenham ain't making top four this season. Tottenham are not making top four this season. Tottenham are not making this top four this season. Now I want to look at Liverpool, man. I want to look at Liverpool first. Let's Tottenham, man. So from April 22nd to May 1st, they have some tough game. Then they have Palace. After Real Madrid this Sunday midweek, then Sunday they have Palace away. Then they have Wolves home midweek. Then they have on Sunday United away home, Bournemouth away. Then they have Real Madrid clash away from home. Then they have Fulham home. Oi, oi. This is April 1 and April 8. They have two massive games. One away from home at Man City and at home against Arsenal. Oi. I think from I think what I can say about Liverpool is when April 8 comes, I think by then we will surely know whether Liverpool are making top four whether Liverpool are going to compete for top four or not. After April 8, we will do another podcast on after April 8, then we will talk about the chances whether Liverpool are going to make top four or not, because these two games will change 6 points, man. Will change everything. Look at the 6 point again. Last two games Liverpool won. Now all of a sudden they are back for top four spot. So two win or two loss will can change everything. Can change your season. Can change your whole season, man. So this season Premier League is really tough. This season especially. Now let's talk about Chelsea. Will Chelsea survive this season? Will Graham Potter survive this season or not? Will let's look about Newcastle fixture, because Newcastle don't have a midweek game. They are not in Europe, so this so this Sunday they have United at Wembley. Then Saturday they have Man City, another big game at home, away from home. Either they are going to drop 3 points or either. So do they have Nick Pope there? Nah, man, they are dropping point there. At least City at home, I'm pretty sure they would not drop point at home. Away from home, we can talk about City, but at home, since that sports game, I think I've seen a different Man City at home. So Wolves home. I think the big thing for Newcastle is, man, that They have not lost many games. I think they have lost fewer games than United, Liverpool, and Tottenham, but the amount of game they have drawn this season, that's a big concern. So they have to convert all those draw into 3 points, man. Convert those 1 point into 3 points. That might help you. If you still keep on drawing games, I think it's good night Vienna for you too. Because if they keep on drawing, man, I think I'm pretty sure they are not even making Europe. Forget about Champions League, forget about Europa, forget about Conference League. You are not even making Europe. So that's a big thing. So they have Wolves home, then they have Forest away, United home, Man United home, then they have Brentford away, then they have Aston Villa away, then they have Tottenham home, Everton away, Southampton home, Arsenal home. Boy, that's big game. Leeds, Leeds. Oi. So the last game is on May 28th. Is between Chelsea away for Newcastle United. Let's see Arsenal fixture, man. So whether let's see Arsenal, will they make top? Will they win the league title this season? Wait, this is a massive game, man. Leicester City away from home. Another big game. They might drop point here. And again, then Everton Sunday Steve Austin midweek. Good night Vienna, boys. Another tough game. I think I'm pretty much sure in one of those two games, especially in Leicester and Everton, in one of those game, Arsenal are definitely dropping points. Arsenal are definitely dropping point. I'm telling you right now. Then Bournemouth home, 3 points. Oh, Fulham away, Fulham are doing well, man. You don't want to face Fulham right now. So that's another tough game. Palace home, I think they should get 3 points. Leeds home, Leeds don't have striker, another Arsenal 3 points. This is massive game away from home. West Ham away, West Ham on April 15th. I think they are fighting for survival. Another big game for both sides. Massive game. Southampton home, 3 points, I think. Southampton, nah man, Southampton have done well against Arsenal over the years. So at home, even in their home, I think they have done well, man. Southampton, don't rule them out yet. They always find a way to get at least something out of that Arsenal game. So I'm not ruling out this again. This week and next week, Arsenal have big game. Then on April 22 and April 27 again, two big game. And then in April 8 they have big games. So man, so from April 8 to April 29, nah man, till May 13, they have a tough game, man. One overall month. Arsenal have a tough month. Brother, I never saw this coming. I don't know, man, who is going to win the league. Right now, on paper, the way everything are doing, is not looking easy. Look at Villa. They have 3L back to back. You never know. Next week they can win. They can win a game. So Premier League, man, you cannot predict Premier League games so easily. It's really tough to predict Premier League games, man. Now let's talk about Chelsea. First look at standing. Currently they are 10th, 8 wins, 7 draw, 8 loss, 23 goal scored, 23 conceded. So they have conceded less goal than Liverpool, then Tottenham, then Man United. Nah man, oi, they have conceded the same amount of goal as Arsenal. They have conceded less goal than Man City. They have conceded less goal than Man United, less goal than Tottenham, more goal than Newcastle. Newcastle are only team who have conceded least goals this season in Premier League, and they still are 10th. So the biggest problem for them is the goals. They don't have a goal scorer because Raheem Sterling is always injured. Let's talk about Chelsea, man. Chelsea, what is going on, man? Chelsea, man. And on one thing, I just remember one thing about United. United, if I think Ten Hag can't, if Ten Hag want to, I think if Ten Hag wins Carabao Cup, and if United somehow somehow bottle that Barcelona game, then and then I think United are seriously going to compete for Premier League title. But another big thing for Man United is Marcus Rashford. United, look at the goal tally. Look at go to Man United website and then go to Premier League website and then go to go to Man United and then look at the highest goal scorer in Premier League this season for Man United. The difference between Marcus Rashford and the other player, that is a major concern. I've, I've told you about this thing before and I will tell you again. One game where Rashford did not score. There are many games. I think one game where Marcus Rashford did not score. United did not look that great, and that game was away at Crystal Palace. Go look at that game. We were lucky. Even in my match reaction, I've said we were lucky to get a point there. Again, I'm telling you right now, we were lucky to get a point away at Palace. So that is a massive concern. United have to find a way to score goals, even if Rashford is not scoring. That is the biggest concern. So if Rashford have a niggle, he will not be same Rashford because Rashford really rely on his pace and power. If Rashford is not if Rashford is just 90% fit, it's not the same Rashford. Rashford right now is fully fit, mentally, physically. If Rashford is injured or have a niggle, boy, we have a United are in big trouble. So there are two, three key things that tells me that United are just going to make top three or top four, maybe top four. I think United are not even trying to compete for that title right now. But if somehow United bottle this midweek game against Barcelona and are out of Europa League, then I think keep your eye on Man United. I'm telling you right now, keep your eye on Man United. So this Sunday, Chelsea, Tottenham, then Leeds. I don't know, Leeds again at home. The way Chelsea are playing, both teams don't have striker. Another, I think this could be another draw. Then they have Dortmund. I think they would be out by now. Then they might go through, man, because they are just one goal down. So you never know. Then they have Leicester away. Therefore, they are dropping points there. Then they have Everton home. I think it could be draw. Villa home. I think this good evening might do a good evening show again. A tactical masterclass from Unai Emery. You never know. Still a lot of thing Potter have to change, man. There is not many time left for Graham Potter. Wolves away, massive game. Pressure game. Brighton at home, massive game, big game. I don't know they are winning. I don't know where their 3 points are coming, man. I don't know where their 3 points. The only game I am looking right now where the 3 points might come is Leeds game. But one thing is, you just Chelsea need a way to win game, just a game. Once they win 2 games in a row, I think I can say that Chelsea might come to pull one or two clubs down from their position. But Chelsea still have to play Tottenham. Tottenham, that is a massive game this Sunday. Once I watch that game this Sunday, then I think I can tell more about Chelsea. The biggest problem for Graham Potter is the number of players they have signed. Graham Potter don't know what he is doing because he has so many options, because he don't know who he can rely on each week, game after game. So he has so much option to pick from. That is the biggest concern. Now they have Sterling, Mudryk, Mount, Havertz, Felix, Aubameyang, Madueke, Hakim Ziyech, and the list goes on and on. Enzo Fernandez, whoever the player, he have so many options. So one thing about manager is that manager always like to put us similar kind of lineup each game day. They will rather want to have a same kind of lineup. They nowadays manager want to have a short squad, maybe a squad of just 22, 23 players. They don't want a big squad like in the days where a club like Man United would have 30 players. Now I think the manager would like prefer a smaller squad where he can trust everyone, where he can start certain 11 players each game until they are not injured, until they don't need rest, and until they are out of form. So that is, I think, where Potter is still trying to find out his best 11. So once he find out his best 11, then I think Chelsea again will start to win games and start to collect 3 points. Till then, I think they need, once they win 1 2 games back to back, I think then Chelsea will be problem this season, even this season, man. Because right now they may not even make top four. Yeah, right now it looks like they are not going to make top four. But one thing, once Chelsea win 2 games in a row, and once Potter find out his best 11, one thing about Chelsea, I'm going to tell you, I've seen under Mourinho, I've seen under different manager, Chelsea likes to make things difficult for the other teams. For example, once when they face Man United away from home, they could go to United and get 3 points or even get a point, which can make life tough for Man United and their fans. But in that position, I think United, right, just if that they would make a life difficult. If they win that this Tottenham game, then Tottenham life will be difficult, because then again with Liverpool with 2 games in hand, Liverpool will be back. They still have to. Chelsea can be the team that will decide title. Chelsea might be the team, man. When Arsenal face Chelsea, Chelsea might get a point, which would again make Man City favorite, or make Man United favorite. And when they face when they face Man United, Chelsea might get some point, which might make Liverpool favorite to finish third, or might make Tottenham to finish third. So those are the things Chelsea can do, and Chelsea can have an impact on a Premier League table, especially Premier League table. So don't rule Chelsea out. Chelsea still are a dangerous side. I'm telling you right now. For me, my top four, I don't know about one or two. I think I have to again. I'm just waiting for this month now, because this is February 20, so we will talk next week about the prediction of top two. I think next month I will tell you who is going to win the league and who will finish where. I think the third will be Man United, fourth will be Liverpool right now, but in 2 or 3 weeks things can change and we might have a different team, just like last time when we did top four. So Man United were fourth and Newcastle were fifth, and now when we did our show, United are third, yeah, and Tottenham are fourth. So things can change. So the top two, I don't know who are going to finish where. I think Man United will finish third. For me, Liverpool will make top four, and these are the things we have to worry about, especially with Chelsea, man, because United still have to face Chelsea. Tottenham next week will face Chelsea. If Tottenham drop point there, give them their much needed big win. It's good night Vienna, man. Then Chelsea will be dangerous. Because Chelsea can decide the whole Premier League table, whole whole Premier League table. So that's it for this week top six. So we will be back again. Since then, take care. Goodbye. I will do a watch along again. It's Getafe versus Valencia. I will be back maybe 2 hours later. Till then, take care.